from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there is nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I accept.
All right, race fans, welcome. We're live tonight. Oh, California side of it, Sonoma Raceway here. We're going to do some road coursing tonight for the Sim 500 Monday Night Money Series, brought to you by Transervice. And I tell you, as I always say, we're about to go uphill, downhill, left, right, and all kinds of places here tonight. Going to be interested with these cup machines, the monster machines. Well, as always, I'm Joe White up here in the booth. I'm accompanied by Don Runkle. Don, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here tonight. We're in NorCal. This is my stomping grounds. This is where I'm from. I love Sonoma. We're in wine country. This is going to be one heck of a race tonight.
Man, and it is, you know, I'm coming from a road race kind of background, kind of a little partial to road racing myself. I kind of really enjoy it here. And, you know, obviously GT3 side of things, but these are the cup cars. And these boys are going to have their hands full. I mean, this is a 3,400-pound monster with 800 horsepower. It is not, I mean, really, it's not meant to take a course like this. It's a handful.
Yeah, these cars are super heavy at this track, having to wheel these heavy stock cars around here. Getting on the gas, these cars just want to kind of get light and get out from underneath you. It's very easy to get off-road here. This track's got so many turns. Sonoma is such a technical track. So, yeah, these cars are not made to be on this track, but, man, these guys make it happen.
They do, and right now, been a very good race so far. Well, qualifying, actually, out here so far as you know, let's bring up, because Justin Fuller on the top right now, Nelson Riviera right there. And I'm going to tell you, it's a good one. Now, just real quick to bring up, you know, we were talking about here tonight, we're live with the Sim 500 Monday Night Money Series brought to you by Transervice. And we're mentioning Transervice because, hey, look, for 50-some years, they've been the world's best out there, known brand for transportation. And I'm going to tell you, they were founded back in 1969. And if you're looking out there, man, if you're a truck driver looking for a good logistics company for deliveries and whatnot, or if you're a client or anybody looking to have something delivered, check them out there, Transervice. And it'll be awesome, man, to check them out. Tonight's title sponsor for here for the Sim 500 and have been for the whole season, and we appreciate them guys coming on. Yeah, what's up, Cahill? How you doing? I lost your sound there, Don.
Oh, sorry about that.
We went quiet on me. I thought maybe all right.
Nah, we're all fine. Let's see, we got Justin Fuller on the pole, looks like.
Yes,
so far.
Up top. Nelson Riviera right there in second. It looks like we only got about a minute 20 left to qualify, and pretty much, I'm about to say that's probably how it's going to hold up here right now. And again, I want to appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. We're on some multiple platforms. Obviously, want to appreciate iRacing.com for letting us showcase on the portal here tonight, as along with being on OSR Network on YouTube, Twitch, and I even throw it up on the mixer side of things. Why not? I do that occasionally here and there. So pick your poison on which one you want to view on, watch on. Definitely, man, say hey to us out there. We always enjoy, man, listening to the viewers and the fans. And obviously the driver. Well, if you're driving, please don't text. And we do know of one driver out here, Don, Nick Timms, who's going to try to drive one arm.
You know, yeah, we were talking about that before the race. I mean, he has enough problems with two hands. I'm not really sure. I'm just messing with you. I like Nick. We were just messing with Nick a little bit because we were talking about that. Nah, he's racing with one hand tonight. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't want to speculate anything. So, yeah, I'm not sure, but he did make a point to say that he was going to race with one hand tonight. I guess just because he's going to have the other hand on the gear shift knob and just trying to keep it on the asphalt. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he, you know, obviously we understand why. I mean, he's having some technical issues as far as with the shifter and all that goes. You know, so we definitely know why he is, but we're going to pick on him.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I did forget. It was the shifter. That's right.
And we're obviously going to pick on him a little bit, you know. Like you said, he's got enough trouble, man, trying to get that thing pulled around the right way rather than anything else. But it looks like qualifying has concluded, and let's grid these boys up here tonight. Because like you said, Justin Fuller puts it on pole. Nelson Riviera right there on the outside, starting in third. Trey Edson, newcomer here. Been here for the last couple weeks, and it showed some good speed, good power. Mike Kelly up in the fourth place starting. Fifth place started tonight, E.J. O'Rourke. Eric Arnold starting in sixth. Seventh place started Greg Evans. Corbin Hemstreet from the Broomtown Street guys starting in 8th. 9th place starter Nick Cohan. And Thomas George rounds at the top 10 as we look through the rest of this field. You know, I say a week in, a week out, and it never gets old. Man, there's a lot of skill, a lot of star-studded drivers out here tonight.
Yeah, we might have a ringer with some of these guys tonight, though, too. You know, I mean, we're usually at ovals. It's the majority of the tracks we go to. You know, we're road coursing tonight. So, you know, we might have to see somebody in victory lane that we don't normally see, or, you know, maybe a name we're familiar with. Who knows? But it's always a chance for a new winner here each and every week.
And, you know, you mentioned that ringer, or basically here tonight, somebody that might step up. The one thing is there will be one caution, folks. That's going to be at the halfway point. The admins will throw that themselves. Other than that, there will be no cautions throughout this entire race, being a road course like it is. So what they get is what they get. So bear with me and Don up here as we try to keep up with all this action going on through the field. And we apologize to anybody out there watching, viewing, and any of the drivers. And maybe go back and watch this and go, hey, you missed my awesome spin through the grass up the hill and doing a good Dukes of Hazzard move. Well, we apologize now.
Yeah, this is a big track to try to keep track of everybody. We got 10 turns here, a lot of cars to keep track of. And, you know, if somebody gets off track, there's not going to be a yellow. iRacing won't do that on a road course. So we'll just, you know, like you said, we'll try to keep up with the action the best we can. You know, try to do a wide view here so we'll be able to see all the action from front to back. Absolutely.
And with that said, these boys, men, are definitely gearing them up here tonight and getting set to race it out here. As I'm kind of getting excited. I kind of like road course racing myself. Definitely very, very interested. And what I will do, I'm going to do something different here tonight. I'm going to pick probably Justin Fuller on the opening lap here when they get going, and I'm going to go through his first lap on board with him. I like doing that in road courses because, well, Don, I just love turning left and right.
Yeah, it's a good way to you be able to see them get up to speed on that first lap there and kind of get an in-car view of, you know, going through the gears, going up and down, the elevation changes here, and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. As these boys, men, are coming through the turns here and getting set to run around this place. It's going to be very, very interesting. And like I said, first lap here, we'll ride along with Justin Fuller, and I'll take you through that first lap here just to give you an idea as he takes all these turns through this place and just what he sees and what everybody else is about to see him do here on an awesome road course here at Sonoma tonight. Let's get ready to rumble here at the road course.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. I can't wait to see these guys power through that last turn 10, and the U-turn there.
Yep, absolutely. As they're gearing them up side by side. Now, obviously, I might wait till the second lap to do it because usually the first lap's kind of exciting. They're all side by side. We'll wait till
I was going to say, maybe wait a few laps in. And
we'll wait a few laps out. Yeah, we'll let them get all spread out because here we go. They're coming out of the last turn. Getting set to go. Green flag here tonight. Justin Fuller's going to pull them off to the green flag here. Very slowly, the pace car's in. Green flag flies, and they're heading up the hill. Here we go. We're racing at Sonoma, and these boys are already getting fanned out side by side.
Yeah, they're coming up through the hill. Oh, somebody's into the wall in the back, and two cars look like they're at the end of pit road, and they are off track. I think it's a 24 and somebody else. Can't tell.
Scott Stencil.
Yeah.
Go back here about 20-some seconds and see if we can't check out what might have happened on his end there. He's heading into the, I'm going to say the first left-hander there. And, oh, yeah, a car into the wall. I'm not sure who that was. Looks like Jose Gonzalez. Yep, yeah, it was like, Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah, Jose.
Wow, I hate to see that. So just like that, that's what we're talking about, folks. Everything can happen, but they're going through the S-style turns here. It's what I call them. Heading on down here into the last turn. Everybody's going to try to get single file. That's the biggest thing here. There's that. The one thing about road racing, Don, you have to. It's not like in the oval style where you just throw it in and do it. You have to set a guy up and make that pass here.
You have to finesse the pass. You have to set it up. You have to plan ahead. It could take 2 or 3 laps if you planning to set up a pass on a guy, and one little mess up on your part, you have to do it all over again. So you definitely have to finesse the race car around the track.
Absolutely. Good battle right there going into turn 10. The last long style sweeping right-hander as they head off to the straightaway. That's a good passing zone right there as far as also the top side here. But going up the hill, don't think that's a very good passing place. There's only a few places on this track that you really want to set a driver up at.
Yeah, usually it's in the braking zones, like just before turn 10. You're basically going to outbrake another car and be able to just kind of get inside of them and maybe get that nose in to be able to get the pass. Right here where you see the leaders are Justin and Trey, that's a good place to pass because it's a braking zone. Through the S's, not necessarily, but you might see guys making some moves when you come over here through turn 10 into this U-turn.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right there because you go through those S's. I'm not saying you can't make a pass in there, but a guy's going to have to make a mistake. You don't want to go and drive that thing down underneath anybody. So kind of dangerous. Tight. Yeah, tight. Right here's a good passing zone because you can outbrake somebody or turn 10 to long. Kind of the big sweeping kind of U-shaped turn right-hander that they're going to do before they head off to the start-finish line.
Yeah, they slow it way down there. They get all the way down to like 50 miles an hour down there, maybe even slower to get those cars slowed way down. They're hard on the brakes there.
Well, it's a good run right now that Justin Fuller's having out front here. Let's go on back here and see what we got because you got to take it back to E.J. O'Rourke, Nelson Rivera, Greg Evans there, where you kind of get a lot of guys that are like single file, kind of nose to tail. Everybody right now being patient. That's the one thing about this track. You've got to be patient. You've got to set that guy up like we were talking about. And this track, well, it is, it's hard on tires, hard on brakes. There's another thing we'll talk about all night long. Brake fade. That is something that you only experience at a track maybe like a Bristol or a Martinsville or North Wilkesboro. North Wilkesboro no more. Maybe New Hampshire or something. But here, yes, over the course of the race, these guys will experience brake fade, which if you're new out there, I know Don knows what I'm talking about. If you're new out there, folks, brake fade basically means when they go to mash the brake, that car just don't want to stop, and they got to give it even more brake or more pedal is what they call it.
Well, one thing they can do during the race, too, is they can actually adjust their brake bias a little bit and put a little bit more brake in the front wheels or take a little bit out a few clicks. I think they can only do it, I think, plus or minus 3 clicks on their brake bias. So they can adjust their brakes a little bit, but like you said, toward the end of the race, it might be a little bit harder to stop through some of those hard braking zones just because being so hard on the brakes the whole race.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, good run so far these guys are having here. Sonoma, everybody's being kind of patient, kind of looking through the field here. You see anybody out there that's maybe doing some wild stuff so far?
It looks like I was trying to look through the field. Like you said, there's a lot of cars. There's a big track to keep track of everybody out there and make, see what's going on. It looks like to me everybody's been pretty clean. That incident we had in the beginning, but since then, looks like it's been pretty clean.
Well, we've got a car off on the track right here somewhere.
Now I said that.
Yeah, but I don't know who it was. I'm trying to look. Joe Hudson. He's sitting off the track for some reason. I don't know. See if we can't.
He's going now.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
he
let's
got
go
right
back a little bit.
Somebody.
Let's go back here a little bit and see maybe what. He just actually pulled off the track himself, so I don't know if maybe he's having some problems.
Hardware issues or something?
Yeah, hardware issues, because he's very, very, very slow on the track. He's letting a lot of guys just go by, so must be having issues somewhere.
Maybe something popped up on the screen, or maybe he had some kind of hardware issue and he just needed to pull off to make sure he wasn't going to, cause any issues with anybody else.
Oh, I've had that happen, man.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That really. I mean, speaking of hardware issues, you notice, the 93 of Travis McQuistion, he was supposed to start the race tonight. He actually, just before qualifying, his video card died. So that's why he's not starting the race tonight.
Oh, okay. Dang, I hate that on his end.
Yeah.
Well, Justin Fuller still out front in this one, leading it here as he's coming around to the S-style turns. Trey Etzen, the newcomer there, but I'm going to tell you what, that guy has been a breath of fresh air coming in here into the league a couple weeks ago, Don. We talked about him, and wow, what a showing he's put on.
Yeah, he's definitely fast all the time. It's ridiculous how fast he can be, even ovals, road courses, wherever.
No doubt. Well, he's in second. We've got a good battle, man, kind of happening back here Nelson Rivera right there in the 22 machine. You got Mike Kelly and Eric Arnold. All them cars right now are kind of single file, but you see actually Corbin Hemstreet right there diving in on the inside.
Yeah, I'm watching those guys right now. And you got the 57 and Nick Cohan breathing up and down to Corbin right now through that U-turn, trying to take advantage of that.
Wow, that was a good battle right there. So, and that's another thing with road racing here, Don. People don't, like I say, there might be a lot of people out there very familiar with it. Some that's not. If you aren't, then I'm throw down.
Oh, Jonathan Goodell just smacked the wall in the front stretch. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's all right. Where's he at?
Right there on the start-finish line. He smacked the wall right before the start-finish line.
All right, let's go back here and see, man, what we have. Oh, it looks like he came around the long sweeper. And don't know, maybe he just lost it. He got a little slight kind of going to the left.
Yep, looked like maybe he carried too
Boom.
much. Sometimes you can carry too much speed through that section, and it can actually kind of, I don't know, you don't realize how much speed you're carrying through there, and the car just kind of can get free on you.
All right, look, we're going to have to mess with him and say, hey, all right, put the beer down and drive the car.
That could be an issue with Jonathan Goodell. Definitely could be an issue. I mean, he's my teammate on all the other nights of the week, but Monday. So I can say that about him.
Yeah, there you go. Well, heck, I forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, road course racing. In a nutshell, you see how fast things can happen here. Obviously, there's no cautions here. We are going to throw a caution at the halfway point, folks. So at lap 20, they are going to throw a caution on their own here as like a competition style thing for the halfway mark. But what I was trying to get to was, even though these guys right now are kind of single file, very, very close, but Justin Fuller, he has a 9/10 lead, almost a second lead. Now, in an oval, we would say, wow. In road coursing, you could have a 2 and 3 second lead, and in almost one turn, that get wiped out. So really, in this here, when we say a 1 second, 7/10, 9/10 of a lead, that's not a lot here because, man, that's just one slip up in a turn.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, a guy can have a 5 second lead, and if he goes off track a little bit, by the time he gets back on track, he could lose 3, 4, or 5 spots. I mean, you never know what could happen. It depends on how tight these guys are, if they're spread out or not. So, going back, I just want to go back to earlier we were talking about Joe Hudson, how he was slow on the track. It looked like he just disconnected, so he probably was having some kind of hardware issues.
Well, we do have a few cars that are out. We started with 34 here tonight. Looks like Jason Burham. Well, I hate to see that on his end because he had a good new sponsor out here, the beef jerky machine. I'm not going to say the other word on it, but the beef jerky machine out there. Joe Hudson, obviously, and well, you know why. Dwayne Beverly, even though it is a real product, hey, great, but I'm just not going to say it. Dwayne Beverly and Travis McQuistel didn't make it, and Casey Duncan obviously didn't make it out here. So some good names out there so far. Just didn't make it out here.
Yeah, that's somebody could have got off track, and they could have just nosed it in the wall, had too much damage, decided just call it a night. And Joe Hudson, we don't know. It sounded like he might have had a hardware issue, and yeah, we still got a lot of racing left to go though, so we're not even at halfway yet. Well,
I was watching back here. I noticed on my little thing, I can see some drivers that might actually drop out and drop down. Randy Yoakum and Nick Timms back there in the back. Nick Timms was having issues earlier on anyways. They went flying all through the grass, and boom, the 27 just nailed the inside wall and tore that car all to pieces.
Yeah, that's too bad. I hate to see that for Randy Yoakum and Nick too. He was already having enough problems with the shifter issues he has or whatever. So yeah, I hate to see that happen.
Yeah, and the only reason I saw his name just drop rapidly down in here, and just so we were talking. I had a question about some guys on the broadcast stuff and whatnot. And I don't know if you're familiar with how ATVO works, Don, but just so that people know, I do have telemetry over here on my other screen. I see basically, I know these guys, rating how long they've been out there on the set of tires, their pit stop, the lane that they were in, how many pit stops, their speed, the interval, the gap, the best lap, and the last lap. And I can also see if they flash in and flash out. And there's a lot of stuff I can see on this telemetry over here. So that's how I'm able to keep up with a lot. If everybody's ever wondering, like, how in the world is Joe able to keep up with a lot of what's going on the track? Don has a lot of those things there, too, with the iRacing replay, or if he pulls up ATVO himself and uses it. But kind of just
I
to
have
give
no
an
idea what that is.
well, okay, never mind. Then he's got on the iRacing part, but I mean, just we were having a talk, man, about like, well, Joe, man, how do you know this and that about a guy? And just to kind of give an idea to people out there how I'm able to keep up with what's going on and statistics wise and stats and what's going on out here for these guys. Because tonight, it basically like what we were talking about, Don. It's gonna be hard because there is no cautions. Normally, man, we'd have cautions come out, but we're just kind of flipping through the field here, really, and watching some good battles. And this one with Corman Hemstreet battle brewing right there.
I was just I was watching the battle between it was Jonathan Cadell and I believe it was Scott Simley. They were going through the S's there just before the U-turn, and it looks like Scott got a little bit loose and John got by him, but now they're battling. There's like 4 of them just battling hard for that spot. 17th, 18th, 19th, or 18th, 19th, 20th, yeah.
I went back on the replay and watched it. You're right, the 12 machine right there just kind of lost the rear end on it. And you know what? We're in 10 laps in, and 10 laps in, we're probably getting into that point where the tires are starting to be like, we're going to give up the ghost a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. They're 10 laps in. The tires are getting a little wore. These cars are a little loose anyway from the start. I was hearing that from some of the drivers early on. They were talking about how loose some of the cars were. And so they're probably really feeling it right now. We were talking about finesse earlier, and we're going to find out who's got the finesse right now.
All right, well, here we go. Justin Fuller's coming out of the last turn. I'm going to ride along with him and take you on a ride here for one lap around. As he crosses the line, he takes a slight left-hand turns right there, and he takes another left-hand turn. As he heads up the hill here, he's going to take a short right-hander. Going to have to definitely shift that thing. It looks very clean as he goes up the hill here. Kind of a little bumpy. You can't quite see what you're doing. But as he straightens that thing out, before you want to get on the throttle, you need it straight. He goes down a little bit more of a hill, uphill, takes a little left to the right, goes up a hill, down another hill here as he heads off in a turn. This is a very technical style tracker for riding with him. Very bumpy. You have to be very, very smooth on the throttle, heading through the gears as he goes through the right-hander. He takes another right-hander as he's going to head off into the S's, where he's going to mostly stay in third gear going through here, but you got to have some throttle control up and down. You hear him modulate that thing some, going through the S-style turns, left, right, and it kind of still hitting those curves. Don't want to upset the car too much hitting them, though, because you can make that thing skip out from under you as he'll take that final right-hand turn here. He'll go down a little bit of a straightaway, heading into what we call the last turn 10. Hard braking, probably all the way down in the first gear into this point here, maybe in the second. Don't want to get back onto the throttle until you're almost totally straight. And he's going to head off back, shift up through the gears as he heads across the line. And that's a ride along with our race leader right now. And boy, he is doing a fine job out there so far, Don.
That's one lap, and that is a lot of work for one lap. Oh, and he's off track right now. But
wow.
It looks like he's still going to keep the lead.
And that just like that, well, Trey Edson pulls up on his back deck lid, and I think Trey probably, let's go back on the replay and take a wider angle and see what happened. But just like that, anything can happen as he comes up the hill, and looks like, well, he went to go shift and all. He probably went to downshift, and that thing just like that comes out from under you, because that's what happens. And Trey, good professionalism on his end, held up right there. He understood. He didn't want to get beside of him and kind of pressure that issue there.
That's good sportsmanship on his part. He basically saw what was going on up there, read the situation, knew that he could put his car in danger as well if he kind of pushed it. So he figured, hey, we got a lot of racing left to go. If he's making mistakes now, maybe he'll make more mistakes and I can get by him. So That's smart racing right there. Good sportsmanship.
Yeah, no doubt. These guys look good. E.J. O'Rourke sitting in third, doing a fantastic job.
Oh, spin right there.
Which one?
52. Justin Fuller in the U-turn.
Oh, yep, sure is. Let's go on the replay here. Check out what happened here. Just to see as Trey Edson takes the lead. Now, we were talking about it. 12 laps in. They're getting close to new tires. What I see here, I see what happened there. He tried to pass the lap car, and when he did, he drove that thing in too hard. He drove that in there just straight too hard, trying to get heavy on the binders.
That's a shame. Yeah, he was just misjudged it. That's all it was. And that's a real shame. He only lost one spot, it looks like, though. So
yeah, tore the car up a little bit though on
Definitely.
that end. Hate to see that, but what that was he was trying to clear that lap car before he got in there, and I think he carried too much speed too late, and the next thing you know, boom. And that's another thing here on road racing. You have got to be disciplined. And I'm going to take nothing away from any of these drivers because they're all great professionals out here. But you've got to be disciplined enough to know when you come up on a lap car, it's not like an oval. Well, those guys 9 times out of 10 can move out of the way. A lot of times the lap cars can't get out of the way in time here on this track.
Well, the best thing for a lap car to do on a road course is to hold their line. That's the best thing a lap car can do. A lap car needs to hold their line, race exactly how they've been racing, don't do anything different. The leader will figure out a way to get around you. You don't need to think ahead or go, oh, well, maybe he'll go this way. If you do that, if you start guessing what the leader's going to do, you're going to wreck him.
And in that situation, it looked like Nick did hold his line. It's just Justin kind of just kind of over-anticipated it a little bit, went into that turn a little hot, and it was just one of those. It's just a racing deal. I mean, really don't fault anybody on there.
No.
Unfortunately, it was the leader involved, and whatnot. But, yeah, I think he might be okay here. This track, you could probably carry a little bit of damage. Obviously, we've seen cars in real NASCAR, get damage here and be okay because, well, the draft, I don't want to say, is a big, big factor. Plus, you're always shifting uphill on and off the brakes and whatnot.
Definitely. And see, that like you were talking about, don't have to worry about damage too much. The only thing I would say you need to worry about is if maybe the nose of that car hits anything, because temperature-wise, the gear changing, going up through the gears and everything. There's a lot of RPM changes in here. You don't want to over-rev the car and maybe overheat it if you have any nose damage. So that can definitely be an issue too.
Yeah, and that maybe hitting a toe on the wheels and stuff like that.
Yeah, that too.
Jason, to answer your question, yes, they will, even without the competition caution, yeah, they would still have to make a pit. They couldn't go the whole 40 laps on fuel and tires. No,
definitely not. Definitely not. You'll see all these guys come in and, maybe you'll see some guys short pit before the yellow comes out, before the halfway.
Yeah, no, and you're right. That's probably... me personally, I think I'd probably short pitted around lap 19 or 18 unless I was obviously Trey up front and wanted the bonus points that you're going to get for leading the halfway, because there is a bonus point here, folks. I've been slacking, and y'all can smack me later. Don can yell at me and all them. I haven't been slacking throughout the season, but there is a bonus points, I believe, for the top 10 who are out on the track. Yeah, thank you. For the top 10 who are out on the track, and because we've seen some weird stuff, so probably no other stops. No, they're only going to have to make one stop this race.
Yeah, unless they choose to do, short pit or something to that effect. But yeah, I mean, if they're just going to basically stop at the halfway, then that'll be the only pit stop, I would imagine.
Yep, absolutely. And that'll also give Justin Fuller a little bit of time as, Nick Timms off the track again. Boy, he is just having all kinds of bad night in that M&M machine. Let's go back here and see on the replay. Can't watch what happened to him. He just caught the curb, went through the turn and downshifting and trying to watch what happened to him here. Yeah, let's see. I know he spun.
We're going.
Jason's asking like late laps. I'm just, no other. Once, I mean, they're only going to have to take one pit stop. I think they're going to have to take one pit stop. Don, what do you think?
I would think so. I mean, I'm reading how they're going to do it basically from the drivers' meeting, and it says that pit road is going to close on lap 18. So anybody that pits after that will receive a penalty. They'll take points away for pitting when the admins say that the pit road is closed, which is going to happen on lap 18. So just before the halfway caution. So it looks like they're basically going to do the same procedure that kind of NASCAR does when they do their different segments or whatever. They close the pits just beforehand.
Okay, but they still during the actual competition caution will be able to go in.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll put them at lap 20.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll put them at lap 20, and that'll put them with 20 to, a little less than 20 to go by the time we go back green, probably about 18, 17 laps roughly. And given the take of what they're out there right now, a lot of guys have already went 17 laps, so I'm going to say they should be good. Yeah, that basically in a nutshell, you're right. So Jason, to kind of help you, Don out there kind of broke it down for you there. But yeah, I think one pit stop.
Yeah, because I don't think I saw anybody really do any kind of short pitting or whatever. Because if they're going to do it, they have to do it now. Because the pits are going to be closed lap 18.
Yep, absolutely. And right now, Trey Edson's still the man out front, just kind of going through the field here, seeing what these guys, man, are experiencing. You know, we got Nelson Riviera there in 8th place spot. Obviously, yeah, I know Don, he's going through the field here too. If you see anything, man, it pops up out of your
Not yet.
mind here. I'm just kind of looking through it. I mean, we do have some guys who have actually taken pit stops. It's like Scott Simley, Joey Katina,
looks like
Jose,
Chris,
and Jimmy Coleman.
Looked like the 10 of Chris Cabu did too.
Yeah. So we do have some guys opting for this, to take this pit stop early. What would be your plan of action? What would be your plan?
Me personally, because I would be running in the back because I would be no good here, I would pit on this lap like they did, take 4 tires, take fuel, and stay out during the competition caution. And then maybe get some positions possibly. I mean, I don't really, that's the only thing I would think of is if I'm running in the back, that's what I would try to do, just to maybe try to do something different.
I got you. Looks like Corbin Hemstreet has already taken a pit stop also as he's coming up through the field there. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. It looks like a couple other guys are opting, yeah.
I probably would have done it maybe a couple laps sooner, just because I would have been on, I was going to say I would have been on fresher tires, and I could have maybe gained some positions on these guys that are going to be on older tires and then stay out during the caution. So, I don't know.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a lot of different strategies. That's the thing about a road course, because we know there's not going to be any cautions for an incident on the track. The only caution is going to be the one at the halfway. And these drivers know that, so it's a completely different strategy here. It's more of them racing their own race, just racing the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, Don, man, as always. You know, it's what we try to do out here. We're just having fun up here, and we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight here. The OSR Network here, live on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer here tonight, and also obviously iRacing Live. And you know, we're here for the Sim 500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice here. And like we said before, Transervice, you know, they've been in the business for 50 years, and they're world known out there for transportation and everything logistics-wise. So if you're looking for anything delivery, as far as transportation goes, and if you're a truck driver out there looking for it, check those guys out. I mean, they got facilities all over the world here. They're a New York-based company. So definitely check them out, Transervice Logistics right there, as they are the title sponsor here for the series here on the Monday night. And we want to appreciate them guys coming on board this season and hope to have an awesome partnership with them, well, for future to come.
Looks like Jonathan Goodell manually disconnected too. So I don't know if he got caused in some wreck. That's unfortunate.
Man, I hate to see down John's body. He was actually running pretty good, and maybe he fell out of his rig.
You know what? No, he did not fall out of his rig. I'm going to tell you right now. If there's anybody that's not going to fall out of their rig because of, alcohol consumption, it would be him. That man's he's a professional when it comes to his alcohol consumption. He would never fall out of his rig.
All right, good deal. Well, I tell you, and folks, if you just don't know who we're talking about, go over to Twitch and check out Steel Horse Racing TV. He was actually one of the first guys that I saw on iRacing and watched on Twitch, and watched him way before I even did any broadcast stuff. So I've known watching him for a while. Good guy over there, and yes, he does like his drinking and he likes his racing. So it's kind of cool. He has fun on both ends here, and it's good to see him out here. Just unfortunately, he had a disconnect here tonight in this race.
His car might have been too damaged from that earlier incident or something, but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch his stream and find out. Yeah, I think it's not Steel Horse TV anymore. It's Steel Horse Live.
Ah, Steel Horse. Okay, well there you go.
Steel Horse Live at Twitch.
I follow it, so either way, it pops up.
Yeah, it pops up for you. Yeah, definitely.
So Steel Horse Live. It used to be Steel Horse TV, but yeah, there you go, Steel Horse Live. Good to check him out on Twitch, folks. You know, and there's probably many different other drivers out here. I just don't know anybody. Don't say anything that actually.
That stream, yeah.
Does stream, but it looks like we are under our competition caution here.
Yes, we are.
And these guys are slowing down. Now, they didn't actually throw a caution. They just actually slowed down.
I think what they're doing, like basically an admin caution where the admins called it over the iRacing chat. They're going to bunch the field back up, going to make sure everybody's good to go, everybody did their pit stops, whatever, and come back around. I think that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, and that's fine. So kind of a manual style caution here and whatnot. That's awesome. We're going to do. Well, Trey Edson still out front in this one. Justin Fuller sitting in second. E.J. O'Rourke there in third. Greg Evans up in the fourth, and around the top five, we got Mike Kelly out here. So it has been I think it's been a pretty entertaining race. A lot of times in a road race like this, it gives us an opportunity here to talk a lot about the drivers, a lot about what we see at teams and stuff like that. We've seen some action throughout the race, and we want to hope everybody out there enjoys all this. Did you call Jonathan professional? Well, he's a professional.
Jonathan Goodell is a professional. He is a professional.
He is professional at his can etiquettes.
Yes.
There we go.
At his shotgunning skills.
Yeah. There. Hey, everybody's got to be professional at something.
Put that on your resume.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess it depends on what kind of job you're going for, but yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
No, it definitely has been a fun race. Road courses are always fun to watch. It gives these guys just a different thing to do, a different challenge. I know some guys dread road courses, some guys love them. Me personally, I love watching a race here. I'm not necessarily thrilled about being behind the wheel at Sonoma because it's just a very difficult track, but I do love road course racing.
And we talked to a lot of guys in practice. A lot of these guys weren't thrilled to begin with, which and I touched on it before before the race started. This place, this car in particular, and people might argue with me over it, but it's just my opinion, is really just not built for road racing. It is not a car. It's a 3,400 pound, 800 horsepower monster of a machine. It's not a GT3. It's not as nimble as one of those cars are, a GTE or any car like that. It is a handful. It's not really meant for road racing. Now, obviously, people might say, what are you talking about, Joe? You can ride sure you can. I could take a go-kart out here or a bicycle and ride on a road course. But what I'm saying is its whole purpose wasn't built for road racing. So it makes it even that much harder.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, these cars are not made to go right and left. They're, these are stock cars made to go around an oval. So that's why it's so unique to see this going on. And, I was trying to listen to the chat from basically the admins here, and that's basically what happened is that they're having all the guys pit at the same time. They're calling it out. They're communicating with the drivers. That's why it's showing that we're under green, but this is their caution basically.
Absolutely, and everybody's on pit road, so we'll see who wins the battle off pit road here. As a man up front there, Justin Fuller, he leads them in, and it looks like Trey Edson's going to win the battle off, along with Justin Fuller, E.J. O'Rourke. Yep, everybody's off on pit road right now.
And it's going to be interesting to see, we're restarting them. The cars are going to be all bunched back up. You have different pit strategies, so this is where everything's going to come together. We're going to have to see how this all turns out here.
Yeah, no doubt. I've said it a couple times in the last couple of weeks. I always like to get the feedback from the viewers out there. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in and whatnot. But let me know how well you like the ticker. I do have the older style, but I kind of like this one. But again, I like listening to the viewers out there too, so let me know. I always like getting feedback. And then how we sound too. Me and Don sound all right to y'all.
Yeah, I'm listening to the admins talk right now. Yeah, they're getting all the field bunched back together. Okay. They're communicating with the guys right now, so we should be going back green here in just a little bit. Admins are making sure that everybody is caught up, got their pit stops done, basically making sure everybody's squared up and everybody's good to go, just to make sure it's fair.
And I was listening to us on the streams, make sure we sound good. Do that every once in a while. We sound fine.
I don't listen to it myself.
Well,
I don't go back and listen to myself. I can't do it.
I do to pick up cues, man. I really do. Yeah, I kind of critique myself, and obviously I want us to sound good. The person in the booth.
No, I'm
with
glad
me,
you do that.
I want people, man, to be able to hear you. Yeah.
Of course, no, I'm glad you do that. But me, yeah, I can't. I don't want to listen to myself.
Yeah, well, listen, hey, there you go. Yeah, I don't mind, I guess, listening to myself sometimes. So, well, kind of not sure when they're going to let. I guess maybe go another lap around before
I think they're
going to
go one more lap.
Okay, good deal. Well, I mean, so far in this race, Don, have you seen anything out here you would do different? And
They're going green here. They're going green here.
Oh,
sorry.
That's fine. They were kind of
single.
Yeah, they were kind of single file, so it kind of threw me off. So.
Yeah, Corbin Hemstreet's going up the hill right there. They're going. Yeah. Oh, they're getting really bunched up there in that up the hill.
Well, the thing about it is Corbin Hemstreet is sitting on 6-lap older tires out there.
Exactly.
That's why he is out there. And Eric Arnold's on 3-lap older or 5-lap older tires. Everybody behind him has got newer tires. And there goes Arnold.
There it goes. Yep. You're seeing it right there. Exactly what you just said. Old tires.
Old tires. He saved it, though. Boy, that bunches the field up behind him as they come around the turn. Man, look at them. They're going to try 3 wide. I don't know if I'd advise that.
I wouldn't do that. No, they decided against it, but those guys are still beating and banging off each other going through that corner.
Wow, man, I tell you what, stacked up back in the back. And that's just what restarts bring about it here as we got about 18 to go. And this one here tonight, Trey Edson, man up front now, Corbin Hemstreet, yeah.
The leader, our leader at the time.
Well, folks, right there, if you want to know what old tires do, watch this replay. That is exactly what old tires. And he goes into the turn, slides right in front of Trey and Justin Fuller. Justin Fuller, he cut through the grass almost, or the dirt there, and tried to make a pass.
Somebody took out a cone going through the U-turn there. They were almost 3 wide back there by Corbin.
Well, they get Nancy up front. Justin Fuller trying to run down Trey Edson here. See if he can't get him up front. E.J. O'Rourke's closing in. Justin Fuller's gone.
Oh, no. Somebody's off. Who's off track back there? Right in the middle of the track.
Justin Fuller.
Yeah.
Go back here because he just looped that thing coming up the hill here. I got a feeling he was driving her hard. Came around the turn and just kept on going. And, man, he came right back in front of the number 3 of Greg Evans and popped him.
Oh,
Ouch.
That is just the wrong place at the wrong time for Greg Evans there. That's a shame.
Getting dicey up front here, Don.
Yeah, these drivers know that it's time to go. I mean, we're already at that halfway caution, so they know it's time to get going, get spread out, get these laps going, you know. So Trey is just walking away, I can't talk. Walking away.
It'll be away, not Ray.
Yeah, something like that. Sound like Daffy Duck tonight. Now you know why I don't go back and listen to myself.
Yeah, there you go. Have fun with it. There you go. Brian Boris Cook looking pretty good. Good to see him back here tonight. He's up to about the 10th place spot, rumbling pretty good in that 63 machine out there. And Rick Thompson. You was talking about Rick Thompson earlier on here. He's looking pretty good here in the 13th place spot.
Yeah, he actually is. Yeah, he's working his way up there. He's just slowly, methodically just trying to finesse that car around there. He's doing pretty good tonight.
Well, right now, everybody is still kind of single file here. Trying to look through the field and see if anybody's maybe jumping out of line or anything. You see anything? I'm way back here in about the 20th spot.
No, it looks like everybody's pretty much clean. I'll just look at Corbin Hemstreet kind of, got relegated back to about 7th or 8th after, leading it with those old tires. So we'll have to see how that strategy works out for him, if he'll be able to hang on to a top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, some guys, man, having some bad nights there. Jose Gonzalez, Brian Wortman, Nick Timms, Ed Burrell. Just not the nights that they wanted here. A lot of guys out of this one, hate to see it. But the man right now in charge, that's Trey Edson. And I'm going to tell you, he's only been here, I think this is his 3rd week, isn't it?
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, either way, 3rd or 4th. Like you said, relatively new to the series. But for this quick, man, if he could pull the win off here in this series, and we talk about this, Don, a lot. There is so much talent out here. What are we drinking? Well, I'm not drinking anything, but normally I drink some water. What are you drinking, Zach? I think he was talking about when Don, back when you was back there talking like
Oh.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh no, what am I drinking? I'm not drinking anything. Actually, I'm on the wagon for a couple days.
Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with it. But what I was saying, Corbin Hemstreet almost lost it right down the wall. But
yeah,
what I was saying earlier is we were talking about if he pulls out a win here and coming in here new, this guy, man, this right here, this league has such great talent in it. It is so hard to win here.
Oh, definitely. For him being a newcomer, to win on a road course here, that would definitely make a statement here in the Transervice Cup Series. These guys would definitely take notice of that, especially I said, since he's a newcomer.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, Zach, anytime you want to jump up here in the booth with us and try it out, come on up here. But you know what? We have fun with it. We're not NBC or ESPN or Fox Network. We're OSR Network. You're home for fun and exciting sim racing. So, yes, we mess up on words, we mess up on pronunciations, and we're some down-home Southern guys.
Well, I'm from Arizona. I'm not really Southern.
My bad. I'm a Southern guy. John's from the West Coast. I'm so used to having Tim up in the booth with me. My bad.
From the best coast.
The best coast. Oh, okay. There you go. All right.
But, we're supposed to talk to Nick Cohan. How can I forget about Nick Cohan? Dizzy Motorsports own Nick Cohan. He's in 5th place right now. Started 9th. He's looking pretty solid tonight. He got the most wins this season. So can he pull off a win here on a road course? I don't think he's got anything right now. He's just maybe be able to stay in the top 5 there. That'd be a good finish for him.
Yeah, to come out of Sonoma here, this racetrack that he's probably just not feeling 100% confident on. To come out of here top 5, he's probably definitely going to be, feeling good. But actually, he's got a chance. He's right there on the back end of Eric Arnold. He can take that 4th place. He does. He's diving to the inside. He's going to try to take it. He's got the preferred line coming out of that sweeper.
He's in there. He's got it. He's going. He has a great pass right there. So, see, we start talking about Nick Cohan, and you start making some passes on the track.
Normally, we start talking about a driver, man, and they wreck and they hit the wall.
Well, that's when you talk about the driver. Well, no, I talked about Jonathan Goodell. Right, hit the wall. So you're right.
Uh-huh.
You're right. No, you're right. You got me there.
Usually when we pick a driver, that's usually what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't pick a driver tonight, so I didn't want to put that curse on anybody.
Yeah, we caught the broadcast curse up here, but man, I tell you what, right now, but as far as Nick goes, Nick is doing a fantastic job and has all season long, along with a lot of it. And the reason the reason our leader out front, he's a newcomer. He's only been there about 3 or 4 weeks now. And I'm going to tell you what, he's doing an outstanding job. He has proved to himself that he can drive this machine and bring it to the front. Now, another guy right there behind him, E.J. O'Rourke. EJ, man, has done a fantastic job of holding on to it, along with Greg Evans. And, then again, we was just talking about Nick Cohan right there and Rick McBride. So the top 5 guys definitely doing an outstanding job here tonight.
Yeah, you got a couple steel horse guys up there, Greg Evans and Rhett McBride. They're both Rhett McBride right behind Nick Cohan. He's trying to get past him there. And look like Nick might be able to get past Greg. Greg went a little wide there in the turn 10, but I don't know. Greg needs to stop going wide like that, or Nick's going to catch up to him real quick.
Well, another guy that I was actually talking about, we haven't really talked a lot about here tonight, is one of the title sponsor drivers out there, Chad Cole with the Transervice machine. He just moved up in the 6th place. Now, we call him kind of the consistency guy here because every time you turn around, he's either in the top 5 or top 10. He just some way has a way of bringing it up here. But, yeah, looking here, Nick Cohan, he's looking to maybe try to get that thing in the top 3 position here tonight. He's all over the back end of the 3 machine.
Yeah, like we were talking about before, you're seeing Nick. He's looking at these braking zones, these hard braking zones like where they're at right now. And that's where he's going to try to outbreak Greg and, maybe be able to set up a pass or whatever. So Nick's just stalking him right now.
Well, I tell you, Mike Kelly's another one on the move right there. He's working over Eric Arnold for the 7th place spot. Good battle going on. So what I'm starting to see right now is, Eric Arnold's been out there for 11 laps. And you can start seeing those tires just not working for him. And you're seeing a lot of guys who pitted on that thing, on the competition caution. And there goes Mike Kelly. Ouch. Overdrove the last turn, man.
Yep.
Wow.
He's just now getting it. Nope, he's still parked there.
Yeah,
there
unfortunately, in that position, you got to wait till a lot of those cars
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing you can do. Nothing.
You can't just pull out. You just can't just pull out right in front of somebody. You got to just kind of wait until you get an opening. So
No
that's too
problem there,
bad.
Zach.
From 4th all the way back to, it looks like 17th, man. That's too bad for Mike.
Yeah. Now, I just noticed your last name, and I've got a feeling by the way you're saying that you're 12 years old, you got to be Nick Cohan's son.
No, Nick Cohan don't have a son.
Okay. Brother?
No,
Cousin?
I don't know. It's probably a Nick Cohan troll.
Okay. It's a troll. I helped cure your depression. Okay, good deal. 12 and got depression. All right.
Bummer.
Yeah, yeah. Got a long life ahead of you, man. Woo! Look, we just talking about that Don, man. We old
Yeah,
guys
right?
up here, man. They're talking about that, man. Well, Trey.
Yeah, Trey's still killing it up there. EJ's second, man. I don't know if EJ gonna have anything for him though. He's just too far ahead.
Well, when we talk about that, he's 3.5 seconds ahead right now of EJ. We talked about it. That's one mistake on the track. I mean, if Trey just misses up, he's still got. I mean,
He's
think
been
about
flawless
it.
though.
Yeah, if we were in an oval, 3 seconds, we'd say, man, it's wow. But just look at that right there. He was 3.5 seconds. Now he's 3 seconds. He made up a half second just in a turn.
That's true. That's true. It just depends. Some guys are like stronger in certain corners than other guys, and also you got to be very consistent. So you got to hit your marks, hit your braking points, hit your shifting points. So yeah, there's a lot going on. So
yeah, and that just takes us back to 3 seconds. Might sound like a lot in an oval, but I'm gonna tell you, on a road course, it is definitely not a lot. And look at Rhett
Cousins.
They're cousins.
I'm looking at
Check it out.
I'm looking at Rhett McBride right now. He's just all over the back of Nick Cohan. Oh, we're gonna go back
Rhett
to Cohan.
McBride.
That's right, Cousins, huh? Yeah. See, he's trying to outbrake him going into turn 10 right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to try. He just wasn't quite close enough to make that move on him. As Rick, if he would have been a little bit closer, he probably could have outbroke him going in there.
Maybe. I think he's just trying to slowly set him up for the pass. Nick's also fast, so Rhett's raced Nick many times. They've raced with each other. They were on the same team together at one point, so they are very familiar with their driving styles. So,
absolutely. It's a good question, Jason. You're right. Tire wear, I'm gonna believe, can very much become an issue at the end of this one, because by the time we get there, we've already been out there for 10 laps on these tires. They're going to have to be out there for at least another 8 or so. By the time we get closer to the end of the race, it's going to put them in 15, 16 laps on it. Yeah, some of these guys are going to be feeling those tires. They're already feeling them at this point. This place is, very, very hard on tires. As I'm riding along with Nelson Riviera, he takes that thing in the dirt just a little bit. But yeah, Don, I mean, what's your take on the tire wear issue that might happen towards the end?
Well, definitely. I mean, we're getting here on the closing laps. I mean, we're on coming to lap 33 here. These guys have been out for a while on the tires, and the guys that pitted before the halfway point, they've been on tires that are even older. So I think you're going to see more off tracks and guys getting a little loose, and maybe getting a little too anxious on the gas in certain corners and looping it around. I think you're going to definitely see that in the closing laps here.
Well, you got Chad Cole, who's been out there for 12. Rick McBride's been out for 12. Most everybody's been out there for 11 and going to cross and be on about 11. So it's going to put them out there around about the 15-lap mark. And, 15 laps at this track, you're definitely going to feel it in this car. As abusive as this place is on tires, brakes, and everything else, as we're riding here with Corbin Hemstreet, he's trying to move up in there on the back end of Thomas George for the 9th place spot.
Yeah, he's trying to slowly sneak up on him there. I'm looking at the battle between Nick Cohan, Rhett McBride, and Greg Evans. Those guys, they're just. I mean, Nick is right on Greg Evans. He's been setting him up. I've been watching him. He's been setting him up for last lap and a half. And out of the top 10, it looks like this is probably the closest battle right now.
Yeah. The biggest one, you'd have to take it back to where Corbin Hemstreet then was. Now, the only guy that I would say that probably really is going to have to worry about tires would probably be in this top 10 would be Eric Arnold and Corbin Hemstreet. They've been out for 15 laps, Eric has, and 16 laps so far for Corbin. Everybody else has been out for 11 and 12 laps, respectively. Good battle, though, like you said. Now, lost a little ground right there. Greg Evans pulls up. But still a good battle as Trey Edson is just walking the dog on this one. He's out front and walking away in that 05 machine.
Yeah, he's been flawless. Since he took the lead, he's just been basically flawless, walking away with it. I don't think EJ's got anything for him, but, hey, EJ, if he can pull off the second, that's still a great run for him tonight. I know he needed it.
Oh, absolutely. EJ O'Rourke definitely doing a fantastic job here tonight, being up there in the second place spot. And Greg Evans right there himself, definitely hanging on to it, looking good out front. So definitely kind of give you an idea here. Cohan is the meat in the SHR sandwich. Well,
he basically is right now. Yeah, he's the meat in the Steel Horse Racing sandwich. I know those guys are all in team speak together, so I'm sure they've definitely been communicating with each other.
Well, and they're having a good run.
Yeah.
Maybe Steel Horse needs to think about getting that guy up there in the lead, though, recruiting him.
Well, we got Gael Brooks. He's been doing pretty good for us here. He's almost gotten a couple wins.
Who's winning?
Well, you can't always go for the winners. You got to develop a driver.
But he's a free agent, man. Come on now. I'm trying to help y'all. Look, I'm trying to walk out of the being unbiased here, which I'm trying to stay at, and help you guys out.
I'm not the one that makes those decisions. That's management decision. I'll refer that to management.
Okay. Jonathan, if you're watching, hey, there you go, man. But either way, I mean, it's phenomenal what this kid's done out here. Now, I say kids, probably a young man, but Trey Edson out front.
Who went off track over there? I'm sorry.
That's all right. For what he's done here in the league, find out who was it that went off track. You see it?
I don't know. It looked like, never mind. I think it was a lapper just getting out of the way of these guys.
Okay. Well, from what he's done in the league, and ever since he's came into the league here, to be able to race and come up through here, so far, he is definitely showing his hand that he can definitely drive these machines. And he's out front right now by 3.9 seconds over EJ O'Rourke, who EJ has had a phenomenal race in himself. And Greg Evans, he's definitely been able to hold up the stable there in the third place, along with Nick Cohan and Rick McBride rounding up the top 5.
Yeah, those guys are definitely fighting for that podium position. I know. I don't know which one we're going to be able to talk to when this race ends, but we'll see here in a few laps. But yeah, I'd like to see that EJ gets a good run. He had a few races where he's had some bad luck, not just in the Transervice Cup series, but in other series as well. So I think it'd be a good morale booster for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like going to a couple of lap cars there. Greg Evans or Ed Burrell right there in the 21. He just pulls off the side. Good showing by him. Now, I am noticing something. Greg Evans is reeling in EJ O'Rourke with 5 to go here. He might try to take that second place spot.
Yeah, I'm watching. All these guys are really the battle. The battle right there for second, third, fourth, all the way back to Rhett McBride in 5th. It's definitely not over yet. These guys are pretty close together for a road course here. So one little mess up by any of these guys, and that's a position for the other guys.
Yeah, we're riding here with EJ here as he's going through the S-style sterns a little bit. But, now he's got to start looking in his rearview mirror worrying, like he said, oh, man, I've got 3 drivers. I had a pretty good cushion here for a little bit. But now he's got these guys right there on top of him.
Breathing down his neck. He's got to see if he can seal up that second place finish. He's doing good so far. I mean, Greg was catching him, but I think he's kind of maybe leveled out that gap a little bit. I don't know. Laps are closing down. Greg might not have enough unless EJ makes a mistake.
And pretty much at this point, all it's going to take is one small slip up on EJ's part. And here's the thing, where before he could actually kind of race his own race the track like Trey is pretty much out there doing. He's racing the track, racing his own race. Now EJ's got to kind of worry about it. He can't take it quite as easy. He's got to be a little more concentrated on what he's doing, and usually that brings about it mistakes.
Definitely, because older tires, all these different gear changes, being able to hit your braking zones, and you got a guy behind you that is fast, looking for that position. So yeah, he's definitely got to hit his marks. He's doing pretty good. He's flying right through those S's, carrying a lot of speed through him. And
we talk about tires, y'all out there talking about tires in the chat there. This is where the time that tires definitely are going to become an issue, and EJ is starting to see that as those guys behind him are trying to reel him in. Kind of out of stall right now, but you still got 5 seconds, EJ does, for the leader. Looks like Greg just is able to go into the turn a lot better, but EJ's able to pull off those turns a little bit better.
Yeah, it's just different driving styles right now, and also, don't know how much these guys have abused their tires as in the race is gone. As the race is gone, maybe EJ has been saving him a little bit. Maybe Greg has. We don't know.
Well, looks like Nick Cohan has kind of just leveled old a little bit along with old Rick McBride right there. All three of those guys have, but still they are all close enough. If one little slip up, boom.
Yeah, and Trey, he's really walking away from these guys while they're doing their battle back there. He's just doing his own thing, riding his own race, hitting his marks. He's going to be coming up to, looks like lap 39 here in just a little bit. So he's almost got this thing wrapped up if he doesn't make a mistake.
That's right, and that's the thing. Just got to make sure he keeps hitting his marks, going through the turns here, doing everything like he's been doing all night long in that 05 machine out front. Trey Etzen there. As earlier on, Justin Fuller was up front, but man, tragedy struck. And unfortunately, Justin right now, which we haven't talked about him, is actually back in 7th place spot right now.
It's not bad. That's not a bad, bouncing back from that. That's not bad at all.
No, it's not. I mean, he, for him to get caught up in the incidents he's had, car getting beat up there a little bit earlier on, just hate to see it early on, even for any leader or whatnot. But yeah, for him to bounce back up, he's sitting in 7th right now. Now look at this. Won the 10th place. Well, he's on pit road now. I thought he was up there. Joey Katina.
No, I think he was a lap down, and he was way behind, and he just pulled over for him.
Well, he ain't had a bad night. I mean, probably road course racing is probably not his cup of tea.
Probably not. I don't know. I don't know if Joey how he feels about road courses. So, but Trey, he's looking great here. Looks like he's gonna wrap this thing up.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you what, they closed in. Greg Evans closed up on EJ there a little bit. I mean, we'll hold with this battle because, folks, I'm gonna tell you, it looks like Trey's gonna get that white flag, and unless he just messes up, he's pretty much going to put this one in the bag. So we'll watch this battle going throughout here for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place.
Yeah, look at Nick. Just try to outbrake as much as he can to Greg Evans. He's right on him going through the corner there. He really tried to get him.
He did. Well, hey, I have one more time to do it.
See, he drove through there. He drove through there so hard that he just couldn't get the speed going off the corner like EJ was Greg was able to do.
Absolutely. That man right there has only got one more time around this place. Trey Etzen right there, and EJ O'Rourke, he's got one more time to try to hold off Greg Evans. He's got to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes on this lap, because Greg is right there.
All three of those guys are right there. Nick Cohan's right there. Brett McBride is right there. They're all just waiting for somebody to make a mistake out of all those guys.
Absolutely. What's up, John? How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Look at that closing rate. Is he going to be able to do anything coming off the turn? That's where EJ's been beating him, off the turn.
Yeah. It seems like he gets in the corner just a little bit harder, and EJ just is able to get the speed coming off the corners. And EJ carries a lot of momentum through those S's. And
here's the thing we always talk about: easy in, hard off. And here we go, last
chance.
Yep, last chance right here. Put him in the last turn. Is he going to be able to do it? Final time. Trey Etzen, though, is going to put it in victory lane here tonight. Not going to be able to be close enough. Rick McBride tries it, but he's not there in position. So it looks like EJ O'Rourke's going to end up in 2nd place. And that man, Greg Evans, is going to round it out in 3rd. Man, what a race here at Sonoma.
That was a great race. That was a great battle there for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and 5th, man. All four of those cars were just right there battling so hard. It was the best battle on the track at the closing laps there.
Wow, Justin Fuller came out of the last turn, just sliding it sideways there. I'm just going through the field here, watching everybody come across the last turn. Rick McBride, or Nelson Riviera, looks like he's going to hang on with Brian Boris Cook there behind him. And just looks like everybody's going to cross the line here.
Yeah, that was a great race. It's always a good race at Sonoma. I always like road courses.
Wow. Well, folks, I tell you what, that was a good one right there. These guys, man, definitely putting it in to win here tonight. And an awesome race. If we can't give him a good shot here. We got Greg Evans in third. We can't find him. He should be down Steel Horse.
Steel Horse. Yep.
There's Greg. And we're looking for EJ O'Rourke. He usually pops in afterwards. So we're looking for Trey Edson, and
I don't see. I'm looking for him
he
too.
probably will pop in here afterwards also. So
Hopefully.
Yep. With that said, we will bring up third place man. Let's get talking with him, Maradon.
Car number 3 finished in third place. We got Greg Evans up here in the booth with us, man. How you doing tonight? How was that race? What do you feel about that third place finish?
I'm pretty tired, honestly, but pretty happy with third place. I think we were a little bit faster than EJ at the end, but we had some front end damage and just had some trouble getting over the first couple corners, which made it a little interesting, but they would hang on for third, and I'm happy with that for tonight.
Yeah, you guys had a great battle there at the end with Nick Cohan and you and EJ, and yeah, it looked like maybe you would have had something for EJ, but just at the end there, maybe you just didn't quite have enough. Was the tires an issue, or?
Yeah, man. After about 6 or 7 laps, it was hard to hang on. Like I said, with the front end damage, not being able to really see my points and stuff that I wanted to hit was really sketchy. I had a run on EJ going into the last corner, and I thought about it, but he's raced me pretty clean all year long, and I didn't want to take a chance on taking us both out, so just settled for third tonight.
Yeah, definitely. That was a good run for you tonight, Greg. Anybody you want to thank or any sponsors you want to mention tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I got Catawba Valley Brewing came on board a couple weeks ago. I Can't Design, the guys from Steel Horse Racing. They're a great group of guys. Sure Tape, Duct Tape. Got to thank them as well, and RTR websites. Got those guys that couldn't do it.
Well, there's your third place finisher, Greg Evans. Great finish tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a good 4th. Have a good weekend off.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Third place man, Greg Evans, did everything he could do here tonight to pull that thing up. Well, our second place man here, EJ O'Rourke. Well, he was holding on there at the end of it. I'll bring him up here and let's get up with him and go talk with him.
Every race.
EJ O'Rourke, our second place finisher. How you doing tonight, man? That was a great race.
Man, thank you. Really unexpected, I guess, how I was going to run. I'm kind of surprised.
That's a good morale booster for you. I was talking about earlier, you haven't had the best of luck kind of here, or whatever, or not at this track in particular, just here lately. And yeah, this is a good run for you, man. Those tires seem to hold up for you at the end.
Yeah, you just got to learn to have some throttle control and drive up straight off the corners. You can't be spinning the rear tires, otherwise you won't have them at the end of the run when you really want them. So, qualified 5th, got to 3rd, finished 3rd in the stage, and just finished 2nd to Trey. I know Justin had some troubles, but we were in top 3 the whole day.
Yeah, that's a great result for you, man. Anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors or anybody?
Well, of course, I got to thank Gary Mercer Trucking and Papa's Hardware on this Chevrolet. It's good to have support from them, and you guys for broadcasting, and the Sim 500 League for doing a great job. I got to say, good win to Trey. Him and I have ran the Blank Pin Sprint Series, or the Endurance Series, a few years ago together as teammates with the driver swaps, so it's cool to see us finish one too.
Definitely. Well, that's a great finish for you tonight, man. Congratulations. It's EJ O'Rourke, ladies and gentlemen, your second place finisher.
Yeah, second place man right there. EJ did an outstanding job here all night long and held on to that thing for most of the race here in second. And just held on there at the end. Well, this guy right here, the newcomer, Trey Edson. Yeah, the ring. Well, I guess we'll call him the ringer out here. Trey Edson, join the booth. Guy copy.
Yes, sir.
Man, I tell you what, you only been in the league for 3 or 4 weeks. How does it feel to be in victory lane here tonight at Sonoma?
That's pretty awesome. Didn't really expect to win at a road course. It's not one of my favorite things to do, but tonight went smooth. Kept all 4 wheels on the track, and that ended up being huge.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, for a guy that comes out and says it's not the favorite thing to do, you made it look easy out there all night long. I mean, you definitely look like you was on rails Take us back to the pass that you made on Justin Fuller earlier in the race. What was going through your mind then?
He definitely was the fastest, or the class of the field tonight. He had a little trouble with lap traffic. It's one of those things where you don't believe what you're seeing, but slid by and just kind of tried to stay smooth. And I was trying to watch the pace, and we seemed about the same once he got going again. And then we had a little restart chaos there with some people that were on different strategies, and I thought he was going to slip by me when I checked up for it. And I don't know what happened to him. I think he might have gotten the dirt and couldn't keep his momentum. But yeah, I mean it's awesome. Definitely didn't expect it.
Hey, no doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, how was the tire? Man, it's another thing. How was the tire wear later on in the runs?
They felt flat, if that helps explain any of it. The rear tires just felt gone. Felt like you were driving a dragster or something. Just couldn't get them to hook up. I was short shifting, just trying to keep the RPMs down and keep the wheels rolling. It reminded me of like an old Darlington where if cautions were fully on, you probably would have pitted every lap or two if the opportunity was there.
Right. Well, I tell you what, man, you definitely was able to pull it off here tonight. You did a fantastic job, man, doing it. Like I said, it looked like you were just on rails out there. You got him out there you want to thank for the win here tonight at Sonoma for the Sim 500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice?
I thank Transervice there for putting it on for us. Thank you guys for broadcasting it in Sim 500, and we'll see you guys, I think it's 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. And that will be at Daytona, if I'm not mistaken, when we come back.
Yeah, that should be a lot more exciting than this one for you.
No doubt about it. Well, man, congratulations again, Trey Etzen, putting it in victory lane here tonight.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
All right. Well, got a special request. I normally don't do it, but why not? Nick Cohan, he did finish in 4th place tonight. Let's bring him up.
Special
Want to interview
request.
him, Don? Yeah. Zach.
Not necessarily, but I guess I will.
Well, I can interview him. It doesn't matter. I mean, if you don't want to.
I'm just messing with you. I know Nick really well.
That's why. I mean, Zach out there, he's yelling, yeah, please, and his cousin and all. So I'm like, all right.
I'd love to talk to Nick. Nick is one of my good buddies.
Well, let him know Zach's out there, man, rooting for him. So here we go. Bring up Nick. You finished 4th here tonight.
Nicholas Cohan, Dizzy Motorsports own. You had a great run tonight, man. We had a special request to interview just you, so that's what we're going to do.
I'm guessing it was probably my cousins in the comments, right?
That's exactly right. Make sure you give him a shout out tonight.
Yeah, my cousins from California, Zach and Tay, are up here, and my Uncle Jack. So I told them I couldn't hang out tonight because I had to race on the computer, so they wanted to watch it. So they were all excited all day. So shout out to them.
Well, they're on the best coast, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're
Well,
right
how do you
about
feel? How do you feel about your run tonight, man? You did pretty good. Seemed like tire wear might have been an issue after about 6 or 8 laps. So, how you feel about your run tonight?
I didn't really get much time to practice because I had some monitor issues. So I really only got about 25 minutes of practice, which really wasn't much. And it was so slippery. I was really complaining a lot because I couldn't keep the tires on the track. I just kept spinning out. I really only got to complete like 3 or 4 laps. It was really horrible and embarrassing. So to finish 4th is really good. I'll definitely take that. Tires definitely did fall off there. But I actually think an advantage to not really running a lot of practice laps was because I didn't really get to figure out how much I could smash the throttle down. So I was actually kind of saving tires because I really didn't know what I was doing. So as the race went on, I learned it more and more, and by the time the end of the run came, I was really good in the long run. I was better than the leaders up there at the last like 5 laps of a run, but by that time I was way off. So 4th place, we'll take that.
Yeah, it was a great battle between like basically 2nd to 5th. You were in that steel horse sandwich basically in there, and that we were watching that battle because it was basically the best battle on the track. So. But yeah, congratulations on a 4th place run. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to thank tonight?
Obviously, a shout out to my cousins, Zach and Teo, my Uncle Jack for watching, DJ Auto for being on the car today, Target, Lucas Oil, Dizzy Motorsports, and you guys for putting this together.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, congratulations on that 4th place finish. That's a great run for you, man.
All right, thanks, Don. Thanks, Joe.
Yep.
All
Take
right.
care, Nick.
I tell you what, 4th place man right there, Nick Cohan, and like I say, family members out there. And I always enjoy family members watching races.
Definitely.
And it's just the way I am. But let's get our unofficial results order here tonight as Trey Etzen, the newcomer here, puts it in victory lane. EJ O'Rourke there in 2nd, Greg Evanson in 3rd, Nick Cohan up in the 4th place spot, Rick McBride 5th, Chad Cole, there we go, we was talking about him, sitting in 6th. Justin Fuller, he ends up in the 7th spot, good bounce back for him. Thomas George in 8th. We got Eric Arnold 9th, and around the top 10, Corbin Hemstreet. Look to the rest of this field. Well, some guys are just glad to be away from this place here tonight.
Yeah, I think some guys are just glad to have this in the rearview mirror, be done with it. We don't have to come back here for a while, so they're just happy to be away with it and go back to oval track racing, which I think we're going to do, in a couple weeks at Daytona.
We are going to take next week off for the 4th of July. I want to appreciate everybody tuning in and everyone have a 4th. Well, for myself, Joe White up here and Don Runkle up here in the booth tonight for the 7500 Monday Night Money Series presented by Transervice. And like we said before, Transervice, man, they've been in this business for 50 years and they still going strong out there. So if you're looking for anything logistics-wise, delivery-wise, or any truck drivers out there, check them out. Based out of New York. They got facilities all over the country here, so check them out. Transervice Logistics, that title sponsor here tonight for the Sim 500. But until next week in about 2 weeks' time, or actually this Wednesday night for the Truck Series. Till then, everyone, have a good night.